She's the queen of the Lebanon Pizza King. We catch up with new Pizza King owner Danielle Hoffman on episode 145 of the Love in Lebanon podcast. Danielle shares what led to her acquiring the business and how things have gone so far. Hoffman also shares how a conversation with an employee led to a monthly initiative to give back. Learn how your organization can take part. Episode 145 starts now.
Welcome to the Love in Lebanon podcast, highlighting all the great things happening in Lebanon, Indiana. Have an idea for an episode? Send an email to loveinlebanon@lebanon.in.gov.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 145 of the Love in Lebanon podcast. I'm Joe LePage, the City of Lebanon Community Development Director. If you smell, take a deep breath and you can almost kind of smell the pizza in this podcast episode. We've got the brand new owner of the Lebanon Pizza King. We've got Danielle Hoffman rejoining us here on the Love in Lebanon podcast. I just saw, was it Emma Stone that was on Saturday Night Live, and she has been there 5 years, and they celebrated her being a regular. Danielle, I think you're kind of a regular on our podcast for a number of different things, from that sports bar to community outreach at the park, I think was an episode that we did, and now Pizza King. Thank you for returning to this podcast.
Of course. I love being here. You're hilarious, by the way.
I like catching you with the little curveball to begin a podcast.
That was really good.
Looking at your face, it was hilarious. But when people see the graphic and then putting it together, full transparency, everybody, putting it together and seeing the pictures of the pizza and the pretzels and just the different things that are going on at the Lebanon Pizza King, it's an exciting time, and you're relatively new to the ownership of this establishment at 525 Lafayette Avenue. Danielle, how has it gone so far?
Oh, it's
Madam
been a lot
Owner.
of work. It's been a lot of work, and it's been really exciting working with younger people because obviously I'm used to 21-year-olds and older. These kids are great. They have they're eager to learn, and obviously they really want to make money, and they want to buy cars, and they're saving up for this, and they're going to college, and it's super exciting, and it's something super different for me. Making the pizzas is also super fun. I've been making pizza since my very first job when I was 16, so this is a different style of pizza that I've never made before. Super fun. I love the short shifts. Like, I'm used to 8, 12-hour shifts at bars, and here we are, 6 hours? I'm like, wait, we're done? What?
I've got extra time. What is this?
What do we do now? Yeah, it's been really fun meeting a lot of new people in the community, but also seeing a lot of familiar faces coming in and checking it out and like, hey, we just saw you last night at that sports bar and thought we'd get some pizza, Saturday night, whatever. It's been really cool.
And everybody, if you haven't heard already, 525 Lafayette Avenue is where the Lebanon Pizza King is located now. You can call on your order. You can get it online as well. Phone number 765-791-1415. You can also go on the World Wide Web at lebanon.theoriginalpizzaking.com. All right, because you have so much free time.
Yeah.
How did this all come about? Because this is establishment number 3 in Lebanon that you own, along with TSB and the Echo Room. How did it all come to be?
I mean, it was really out of nowhere, and that's kind of how everything's happened. That sports bar, I knew I wanted it. Echo Room was something that the old owner hit me up on, and I was like, absolutely, I'm going to jump on this opportunity. Pizza King, so Lexi Warmouth works for me. She's a realtor. Her mom's also a realtor. They're both my friends on Facebook. Lexi's mom is a commercial real estate person.
Guru, for sure. Yeah.
And she just randomly, I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see Pizza Kings for sale. And I was like, what? So I start looking into it and I message her right away. And then I text my husband, I think there's a really cool opportunity. I think this could be a lot of fun. And so we go and we look at it and I talk my husband into it. And I really wanted to do it because as having 2 bars, it's kind of hard to help the community because some people still look at you as, oh, you're just a bar. You're kind of a bad influence maybe. But as a pizza place, it's all good. There's no bad influence here. So I loved that I was able to, 1, help and work with the kids, but 2, raise money for local charities within our community. It was just a great experience. I didn't have the time. I mean, I made the time now, I guess. I just get a little bored and I find a new opportunity and I take it.
And along with that, was it kind of that whole aspect of being able to kind of call your own shots, choose your own adventure that attracted you to that, where you had kind of it was maybe a broader net that you could cast, and you could have that vision be a little bit a little bit broader? Is it something that attracted you?
100%, because I've only ever done bars. And obviously those bars have food, but I've never done something that didn't involve alcohol. And when I met with Ed Bogan, which he is like, I call him the Pizza King. He's the head guy of all of them. And when I met with him, we clicked immediately. And I just knew, I was like, this is going to work out great. And he's actually called me a couple times, and in appreciation, he loves what we're doing here. For the entire month, we're sponsoring somebody. We're trying to help them raise money for whatever great cause that might be. And he loves that. And I love that maybe we can turn this into a Pizza King thing instead of just me. Like,
It's kind of cool for my community.
Yeah, everyone loves Pizza King, so let's use that to help. It's not just all about one person making money or just the staff. Like, I don't know.
And going in, what were some of the needs that you felt needed to be addressed? Anything where you walked in, it was like, that this needs to be upgraded or changed or tweaked or improved possibly?
Absolutely. Immediately when I walked in, I saw that everything needed to be streamlined. Everything needed to be moved physically in the kitchen to make more sense. And that's just from experience of working in kitchens and bars and stuff. So we moved everything, and the staff freaked out. They looked at me like I was insane. I was like, I promise you, watch this. Get a couple orders, walk through this, and you'll be like, oh, that makes way more sense. I'm all about making sure things are as easy as possible and they make the most sense and it's convenient. Less steps. Less steps means less dropped pizzas. Less steps means we're not going to be running into each other, things like that. I did, like, everyone keeps asking me, oh, did you change this or did you do that? And the only thing we changed, previous owners weren't buying Pizza King crust for the largest pizza that we have. So now everything in that building is Pizza King. So the key to business for me is consistency. And I actually had a guy, I think it was last night, I don't know his name, but he came in and I've seen him a couple times, and he thanked me and he said, we've gone back to when pizza was really good at Pizza King, like back when it was on the square. That made me feel so good. And I'm not doing anything special. I'm just making sure all of the employees are doing the exact same thing every single time. Consistency.
In the minds of the employees that you blew there with changing some things around, there are some employees, you mentioned the kiddos that are high school kids, and they have those delusions of grandeur of making $1 million.
Yeah.
But it was there. You have some employees there that maybe were there on the square, or at least have been there a longer time than certainly some of the younger kids.
Yeah.
Were they a little bit more difficult to sell, and they're buying in now, that type of thing?
Honestly, like, that first day, they were a little nervous about it, but once we started rolling and we're doing 100 pizzas on a Friday, they were like, oh my gosh, this is great. This makes sense. Yeah, they loved it.
Everybody, we're talking with Danielle Hoffman. She is the owner of the Lebanon Pizza King, along with That Sports Bar and the Echo Room. Most recently, we're talking about Pizza King here on our Love in Lebanon podcast. Now, you mentioned it earlier. You previously owned bars and owned two here in Lebanon. The different dynamics with having that kind of feel of wanting to have the family-friendly kind of aspect to it, is that something that has been attractive and been a welcome change for you to be able to do some of those things? I know for the over 21 crowd, they're celebrating something or maybe trying to drown some sorrows. You mentioned the delusions of young people and being able to take over the world and that type of deal. Do you kind of see that kind of fun dynamic of over 21 and family friendly and how that plays itself out both with customers and employees?
Yeah, absolutely. And even, That Sports Bar started out as a full-on party bar, like when I was here. And now, we're looking, 5 years later? It's not a party bar anymore. People of all ages, from 21 to probably 80, honestly, are going in there. They might have a drink, but they're definitely having food, and it's definitely changed, and I love seeing that. With Pizza King, obviously, you see all walks of life going in there. What I really, really liked was, working with the hardened 21 and plus employees in bars and in kitchens. They've all got their their attitudes, their sarcasm, like they're a different type of people. And I mean, I am that person. So when I took over Pizza King, all of my staff was like, how are you gonna do this with teenagers, like younger people? I'm very adaptable. I know how to change and act in front of different people. So the kids are a lot of fun, and I just really, really want to, I want them to grow. I want to be able to help them be successful in life. Like, from the most basic thing, this kid it was his first job, And I had to take the broom from him. I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you how to sweep, buddy. And it's those things. So, and I know that's a laughing matter, but I remember when I was 16, at my first job, you don't know how to do stuff.
Oh, sure.
So, first in, first out, trash bags in and out. Like, where's the food? What's going on? You're looking at your schedule, filling out your direct deposit information and your tax information. Like, it's all those things. Like, you remember. Everyone remembers something from their very first job, and I'm really excited to be that person. My kid, Haley, she's working there, and I love that I'm doing this with her, and she's turning into her own little boss. She's already told me she's going to take my job someday, and I love that. I hope people can learn to aspire like right away and maybe feed off of my excitement and my drive to do what they want to do.
And it looks like there's a genuine joy with this ability here. Some of the pictures too, some of the young people you're there with. Yeah. You seem to be getting down on this. You seem to enjoy this.
I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. Even just making the pizzas and stuff while I'm there working with them, it reminds me of like when I was 16. Like it's a good time, and hearing all their little itty bitty tiny problems they're having, like with their friends or their boyfriends or their wannabe boyfriends or whatever. Like it's super cute and it's humbling.
And you're also able to, on a serious note, kind of build those building blocks of being financially responsible and learning a new skill, and even it's learning how to mop a broom and keep track of money, and all those things are essential for whatever job that they're going to end up doing one day.
Absolutely. I'm super, super big on learning how to save money and what you should do with your money. So I'm always talking to them about it, and I'm sure they're like sick of hearing about it, but I'm hoping that they're learning, or they take a little piece of what I'm saying and just realize, like, look what I'm doing. I'm 36. I'm running myself ragged, but I'm doing something I love, and I just hope that they will be able to do that in the future too.
It's a fun ragged. It's a good ragged.
Yeah. Minus the gray hair, it's fine.
Everybody, we're talking and laughing with Danielle Hoffman. She's the owner of the Lebanon Pizza King, located at 525 Lafayette Avenue. You can find them online, lebanon.theoriginalpizzaking.com. I'll put all this information in the body of the podcast. You can find it easier. I'll also put a clickable link too, so you can see the menu and all the different things that are going on with the Lebanon Pizza King. Now, you've mentioned a couple of times, Danielle, about kind of that community service, that reaching out, and you talking about Mr. Bogan about just kind of making it a corporate-wide, potentially a corporate-wide thing for Pizza King. How did that first come about? And if you don't mind sharing some of the success stories that you've seen. And if you look at the graphic, everybody, this month, the month of December, a certain amount of dollars and cents will go towards the Freedom Church. And so you're offering money and giving money that way through the orders that are made. But how did that come about? And some of the success stories that you've seen along the way?
Yeah, I just saw this like immediately because it was a pizza place, like I had said before, and it wasn't a bar and there was no negative connotation coming with it. It was easier for me to be able to donate to charities and help. So I took it with stride, and I'm like, all right, we're definitely doing this. We're going this full force. And I think our first one, I met this kid. He was working there, Bryce Nelson. Yeah. And he was so eager to learn. And he was the most excited about all the change and everything I was doing. And he was talking to me, and he was very bright. And he was always wearing his like baseball hat and shirt. And I said, you know what? I told him just randomly one day, I was like, I had a really cool idea when I was going to bed last night. What do you think about if we sell a certain something, and for everyone we sell, we donate $1 to your baseball team? And his eyes just got so big. He was so excited. I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. And it went really well. I think we donated around $300. And then we did Shop with the Cop because, I mean, how could you not? Like, I just had to. And we got Ty Griffin.
Yeah, Ty Griffin, Officer Ty. There's a picture from everybody in the graphic of him making pizza back behind the scenes. He was
so nervous.
And natural. He looks so comfortable.
He was so nervous, but he did such a good job. And I was so ready for him to mess up a pizza, and he didn't. I was ready to laugh at him, and he didn't. He did
poised to pounce, and you didn't. He knows. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just. At first, it was just ideas that I had of things that I wanted to help. And then, obviously, I have some friends at Freedom Church. Scott Trafford, he's done all of my murals, and I know he's there. Right. And Sarah Burns does all of our social media, and she's there. And I'm like, okay, we'll do that. And then the Boone County Special Olympics, one of the ladies actually came in, and she was buying pizza for one of their events, and I gave her a discount. We got to talking about how they needed some money for something. I was like, you know what? We'll do a fundraiser for you, absolutely. So we have a few others lined up. I think somebody hit me up for post-prom. So we're going to be raising money for post-prom. And the girls, the Refuge Coffee.
Okay, the Refuge Coffee Shop. Yeah,
yeah, we're going to raise money
Teen
for
Challenge.
them too. Yeah, yep, yes, that's what it was, Teen Challenge.
Yeah, excellent. And this looks like something that you're not shying away from. You're actually looking for opportunities to donate money to area causes. Why? Talk about dollars and cents earlier, and obviously this seems like the philanthropy, but also the giving are important to you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't thrilled when I moved to this town. I was like, oh, where am I at? What is this? But it has absolutely grown on me. I love the community. I love this place. I'm not going anywhere. My kids are here. I've grown to love everybody here, the people and all of my customers and our family really at this point. I just want to be able to give back. I don't ever want to feel like I'm just running business for money. Like, that's not what it's about at all.
Gotcha.
So.
If someone's listening to the podcast and they're like, I would love for our non-for-profit or whatever our organization to be considered for something, an opportunity like this, the best way to get in touch with you to be able to have a conversation and maybe set something up to do that? Are you accepting applications for that?
Yeah, always. Absolutely. So if they just go to Pizza King Lebanon's Facebook page and just shoot us a message. I'm sometimes kind of late on getting back to all the messages, but I will, I promise. I'm kind of busy. But yeah, so just go to our Facebook page and send us a message.
Until you get another business in town. And
we can't talk about that. My husband said no more businesses. And I told him okay for now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll hold you to that for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. Everyone keeps asking me. Everyone keeps asking me, what's next?
What's next?
What's next thing? Yeah.
So we'll find out. But Danielle, thank you for being here on the podcast. Really appreciate it.
I love being here. This is always so much fun.
Well, we can't wait to see you again with the next business. I mean, the next topic that we decide to talk about. Again, everybody, you've been listening to Danielle Hoffman give all the great details of things happening at the Lebanon Pizza King, located at 525 Lafayette Avenue. You can stop in. You can give them a phone call at 765-791-1415, or you can go online and order food there as well at lebanon.theoriginalpizzaking.com. And you can just reach out and have a conversation about maybe having your nonprofit or organization added to their list of different organizations that are helped. So a lot of opportunities there, a lot of info, but I appreciate you listening to this podcast. Danielle, thank you again. Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening.